You know if you're that guy. And one of the problems with a lot of guys now that are dealing with a lot of brain trauma because of all these concussions and early onset of dementia and all of the different things that guys are dealing with associated with brain trauma is because they are sucking it up or making sure that guys wouldn't say that they punked out on them, that they didn't go back on the field and could have gone back on the field. Well, I lost a very dear friend who put a gun in his mouth and pulled the trigger, and when the group in Boston studied his brain, they realized that he'd gone through too many concussions. He was dealing with a lot of brain trauma, and they said his brain, although he was early 40s, they said his brain was that of a 75-year-old man because of all the trauma that it suffered.
Andre Woods.
So I understand guys that say that, but I think that the guys that have pulled themselves out are much smarter now, and we're much more aware of what's going on now in the National Football League and throughout sports. So guys are smarter about it.
Yes.
I have a non-trauma discussion. The Eagles' right side of the line, actually their right tackle, is now the blind side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is sort of the opposite of what they planned on when they got Jason Peters.
That's right.
So the question is there, A, do you think either of the two guys that are there, Justice and Dunlap, have a snowball's chance in hell of being a good blindside tackle? And B, if they can't be, is there somebody out there that the Eagles are really looking at again?
I don't know if there's someone out there that they're looking at, but in my mind, that position has to be upgraded because I don't think either one of these guys is the answer for that position. Jason Peters is great on the left side. I don't think you can convert him to a right side tackle, but you need that type of talent, a guy that can dominate that position week in and week out. And the two guys that you mentioned, I don't see them doing that.
The other position that absolutely positively has to be upgraded is right corner. And if there's any way that there is free agency and the Eagles can go out and get Nnamdi Asomugha, who was the great shutdown right corner of the Oakland Raiders, he would raise the level of this defense appreciably. One other thing, nobody actually asked about the movement of the offensive line coach to become defensive coordinator, and it is strange, but Juan Castillo is a great guy and a good teacher and a great coach. The only question Mike and I both had, he'll be great from Monday through Saturday. The question is, with his lack of defensive experience at this level, will he be able to come in and make the spur-of-the-moment decisions and calls that you do on a Sunday afternoon? But I will tell you this. I was down there yesterday, and I had an opportunity to speak at length with both Jim Washburn, the new defensive line coach, and Howard Mudd, the new offensive line coach, and they are two of the best position coaches in the history of this franchise. You were talking about absolutely the best at what they do.
Probably in the history of the game.
Yeah.
But we've talked enough, and thank you guys for allowing us to